All right, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy Gift the Gamer 204 back at it again with another banger for you guys. So, if you are new to the channel, please don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, share the video, as it is helping me out tremendously. So, those of you who have already subscribed, thank you. I appreciate it. As we get right into this one right here. So, I came across this video, and this is from Moore's Law is Dead. Okay, so they're trying to figure out a way on how Xbox can get it together and possibly make a comeback. As far as when the next console is coming out, and we're gonna take a look at this video. It's not too long. It's like about 10 minutes, so y'all gonna have to bear with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I do have to give my thoughts as well. So let's not waste any more time, and let's get right into it. Let's go. This is Moore's Law is Dead YouTube channel.
Brink of destruction writes in and says, with how many problems the Xbox Series S is giving Microsoft, do you think that Microsoft will change their strategy for the next generation and only release a single high-end console rather than a high-end console and a more mid-range to low-end console? Or do you think that they would choose to forgo the less powerful console in favor of a rumored handheld for the next generation? Yeah, and I think we should remove rumors from this and just go to opinion. What do you think they should do? Because it does seem like they're launching another generation in a couple of years. What do you think they should do?
I
Okay.
really don't know what a good Xbox looks like anymore, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm trying to think, like, okay, I guess I would default to a more Series S style thing because that's the one that's selling, but the Series S
Wait,
is
wait, wait,
clearly
wait, wait,
causing
wait, wait,
issues.
wait.
So
Whoa, 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 whoa! Let's run that back real quick,
I would
please.
default to a more Series S style thing because that
This is Series S and Series X. Oh, so here it is. Series S and Series X. So the Series X only sold 25%. That is crazy. And the Series S is 74%, basically 75% of Xbox's players are on the Series S. So that explains a lot. I know the video just started, and I'm sorry. Yo, this explains a lot though. Like, how can you like let this like just slide by? 75% on are playing on the Series S. So this tells you why everything is happening like with Xbox as far as when it comes to their games. This tells you right here. There's nobody playing on the Series X. So the Series X was X Microsoft's mid-generation refresh console. It was the Series X. And they're not doing anything about like for the Series X. So that's why it's like, why even get a Series X? Like, for what? If you're not doing no like the PlayStation is doing, like, like Pro Enhanced, PS5 Pro Enhanced. They're not doing that with Xbox for the Series X. So what is the point? This is crazy. Like, it's so confusing. Like, what Microsoft is doing, their whole plan is just like, I don't understand. I don't know where to look at it and be like, and firmly look at it and be like, okay, this is the plan right here. This is what they're about. This is what they want to do. Okay, I understand now why everything is happening. But it's like they're all over the place. One minute they're marketing the Series X, the most powerful console. The next thing, they putting out the Series S that for way less, for $300, and it's the one that's been actually holding them down, but they don't mention that. They keep trying to market a Series X when in reality it's not making them any money. I don't get it. Let's go.
that's the one that's selling, but the Series S is clearly causing issues. So I don't know if that's a misguided thought. I mean, so maybe the best would be a Series S that isn't as shitty as the Series S for the time, if that makes sense. So a Series S that doesn't have any of the stupid deficiencies that the Series S has. Like it has unified memory. It has
enough.
in the future, I don't know, 16 gigs of memory. Like,
I mean, I think for next gen, you're going to want at least 24.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
probably. I mean, I would need to think about it more. But and then I don't know. I don't think they have the demand for or there's any market desire for a $500 Series X follow up. So I think they kind of have to go for something either in between the Series S and the Series X, or
Yep.
something more similar to the Series S, if they have any hopes of selling anything.
Yeah, I think there's two distinct directions they can go in. And I think either could work out. I think the first one's easier. And that first option is it's a PC. Like we're going to make an APU. It can boot into a Steam OS like mode that has backwards compatibility with every past Xbox console, but then, also just has this new generation. And maybe because it also can dual boot into full Windows 11 or Windows 12, whatever it is, you can, you'll charge more, but not 1,000. Like maybe you'll charge $700. And it's like, no, this is kind of a high end PC that actually works really well as an editing desktop and you can use for work and play. And that's why we're charging $700 because it comes with a full Windows license and you can put Word on it, can do all this other stuff, and it's powerful. That's why so we're charging more. I think there's that direction you go in, which is the easier one from a longevity because it's like you're kind of just selling PCs now.
Yeah. Real quick, I understand that point right there, like basically selling PCs, but now you're selling, like he just said, you're basically selling PCs now instead of consoles. Now you got to think, what PC gamer is gonna buy your PC for $700 when they're buying $3,000 PCs with 4080s in them and stuff like that? Like, why would I go and buy your $700 PC? It's not gonna be as strong as a 4080. So I don't understand. And people already have PCs, and if they do go that route and sell it for 700, that means it's not gonna be all that powerful. And now for the things that a PC is going to do, you're gonna have your web browser in there, you're gonna have all these components inside, you're gonna want to stream, you're gonna want to game as well. It's a lot. It's going to be too much. And eventually people are going to start noticing, why did I buy this? I should have just bought a regular PC instead of this $700 PC that Xbox is giving us. Just because it's going to have the Steam deck, the Steam store inside of it and things like that. People are already doing that with the PC, with their own PCs. Why would I go and buy an Xbox PC? So that is a good point that he's making here. He's just throwing he's throwing things out there, just trying to figure out how they could come back and build this thing back up, this Xbox brand back up. So with that point right there, I'm good. I'm good.
There's less of a thought about it as a platform and how you successfully make that platform work. But the other direction they would go in, and this one, you'd have to time it perfectly, but it is kind of like you say. I think they need to be cheaper than PlayStation. When were they successful? Easy. When the Xbox 360 was cheaper than the PS3.
True.
Now they've never really done that since then. I know someone's going to say the Pro costs more, but yeah, well, it's also significantly better and not the base console. And I think they need to try to do this thing where it's just almost as good, or if they can do it, I don't know, as good as the PS6. It comes out first or at the same time, and it's more cost competitive. And so, no, not a $350 bucket of shit, 10 gigabyte, can't run games device, but also not trying to cost the exact same and push for the highest teraflops. Like something where it is, which I thought was the point of the Series S, to be indistinguishable from next gen for more casual people, but that's just not the case. It's just they did not live up to this idea that it's a 1440p 60 console. It's not.
No.
It just isn't. It isn't even close to that. It's not even really
Not
a
even
1080p
close.
console. If you ask me, when you look at how hard what's going on with some of these recent games,
It might have been for a year.
Yeah.
Or something.
Not even a
But I
1080
think
30
what you
frame
would want,
console.
the challenge would be this, though.
The
I do
Series
think they would
S.
still get destroyed by Sony if they launched a $400 box at the same time as the PS6 that felt half the performance. I think what makes you win is if you can launch a $400 box, or maybe $450. I don't know. Obviously, something's going on here where both of the companies are like, "Can we charge more than $500, please?" But let's assume Sony's going to make the PS6 $700 or $600. That's my guess, by the way.
Mhm.
Let's see, yeah, let's call it 600. If Microsoft could get out a $450 box a year before the PS6 and it was notably stronger than the Pro with exclusives, this is a 360 type of situation where launch a 24 gigabyte console a year after the Pro, if you can, or 2 years, whenever they can do it. That is, yeah, 24 gigabytes of RAM, still has 2 terabytes, and 500 or 450, you undercut what Sony has now. Make it stronger, make it something like 50, even just 50% stronger. So it feels like you're kind of getting next gen for current gen pricing. And that is how you can undercut them. But the only way that works is if it's timed perfectly, it beats the Pro while feeling next gen. And they need exclusives. I'm sorry. They need exclusives, and they need to keep releasing exclusives every year.
Yeah, I mean, the next thought I have is less, like you already brought it up, is
Great
less
point.
about hardware, and it's more they need to start showing what those 34, however many studios they own are doing, because it really feels like a lot of them aren't doing much.
Another
Mhm.
great
Like,
point.
I think that the brand, the Xbox brand, is going to be in free fall until they can actually get their studios in order. Like that's what I think is truly lacking with Xbox.
You've got to go out and make sure they're working on the games in a timely fashion. And if they did that, I think they'd be successful, don't you? Like if Sony has some $700 PS6, I'm sure it'll be super strong. But if Microsoft can launch a year before it with something that feels like it crushes the Pro in performance, that has just enough next gen, whatever AI features to have smarter, communication between you and the game. I mean, beat them to market, beat them in price, be just strong enough. I actually don't think the battle for next gen is going to be that important over resolution. Could be wrong. I don't know if people will care. I think it's the perfect time for them to do this because we have kind of a saturating of perceived performance here. That's what I think would work the best. I'd say either they need to do that or they just need to sell PCs because that's what they should have been doing the whole time.
Or they need to retire Xbox as a hardware thing and just say Xbox is a brand now.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I feel like
Woo!
that's where they've been going for a while. And
That's
yeah,
where they're
like you said,
going.
I don't know. Maybe, I mean, Microsoft has toyed with this in the past with like the Surface. Like Microsoft just sells their own PC. Like they could just say this is our Xbox PC or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. I think that might be more convincing to a person like me, even where if, I don't know, they just sold a minimum standard PC that for like all the performance that you wanted. That
Like 24, 32 gigabytes.
Let me stop it real quick. Cause some great points. He's giving Xbox some great advice. Like if I'm Xbox, I will take a look at this video because what he's saying is so right. It's right on. He's right on the money when it comes to um what he say. As far as like the price point and making it more like feel like more next gen over the PS5 Pro, plus selling it at a lower price at that $450, $500. But they have to mark, they gotta say that it is more next gen than the PS5 Pro. So now people are gonna think there is more than the Pro, and Sony was selling the Pro for 700, and Microsoft is going to sell it for 500. Now we talking. So it is true what he's saying. Like those are great points. And at the same time, he's absolutely right. You have to release it at the perfect timing. So if they are working on something, they need to be working on that right now, and they need to be trying to release that console next year, 2025. That's when that console needs to drop because this year's done. PS5 Pro is about to come out. They're done. They're gonna give the PS5 Pro some time. Give them some time to shine. Give them their hype. Let them get their hype off. Come 7 months, 8 months, Microsoft needs to be dropping that console. That console that he's talking about, just like that. It needs to feel, they need to say that it's more than the PS5 Pro as far as feeling like a next gen console, and they need to bring down that price. Perfect. If they do that, now, on top of that, they also like the other person said, I forgot his name. I'm so sorry. I couldn't remember his name, but he made a great point. Now it's coming down to the exclusives. Now, with that, you need to show us what all these 34 studios that Microsoft owns, Xbox owns, what have they been up to? Now, you need to come out like a party. That's how I'm seeing it in my mind, because this is how I usually envision things. Bring out the console, the next gen console, and make it feel like it's a party. Like, oh, here's Halo Studios. Here's all the studios. Bring them out. Like, this is what we've been working on. These are all the exclusives we got. Like, boom, boom. And guess what? We on Game Pass. And it's like, make it feel like we here. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but just picture it. Like, they gotta make you feel like the party's here. Meanwhile, Sony's over there dropping games little by little, one studio at a time. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, here's this game, here's that game. Here you go. Y'all gotta, and Microsoft gotta come out like it's a party. You got 34 studios. At least come with when you drop that console, that next gen, at least bring like 10 studios with you for that release. Be like, these are gonna be, when the console drops, these are gonna be the titles that you will be playing day one. Boom, 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 boom. Give it to us, like right there. And now we talking. So I'm not even gonna continue this video, but I'm gonna leave the link to this video in the description below, because they made some great points, and that's the reason I wanted to make this video. So I'm gonna leave the description in the description below. But just think about what I'm saying. Like, just picture it, like Microsoft delivering the news like that, making it feel like they got to bring some excitement. They got to make it feel exciting. Like, we still here. We're not, forget about all those rumors that you heard that we're going away from the console space. We still here. We got 34 studios under our belt. And for this next gen console, we starting off with 10 of them. Like, boom, just for the release, day one, here's 10. You know what I'm saying? Now then, you got a whole bunch of studios left to fill out the rest of the 4 or 5 years it is. You're gonna end up lasting with this new console or whatever it is. But you have breathing room and enough studios to keep pushing out games, So those are my thoughts. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Y'all found it very insightful. So if you did, please don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button, to like the video, share the video with your friends, your family, your coworkers, everybody. Tell them to stop on by the channel. And yeah, man, appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. All right, peace.